Hey guys, so I am so excited to be making another video, and today I'm going to be talking about some tips just to help you while you're trying to, overcome the skin picking. It's such a hard thing to do, so I think any little, tip, anything to kind of make it less, hard, more power to you. So I am going to give you some tips that I've come up with. And again, I've said this before, but I wish there was some, magical pill, or there was some magic tip or something I could say to just make it all click and be like, I'm not going to pick anymore, but there's not. And even with these tips, it's going to take a lot of hard work, and it's not going to feel good at the time, and it's not going to be easy. But in the long run, it will definitely be worth it when you get control of your life. So I'm going to give you these tips, and if you're interested, then keep watching. So number one is nails. So I recommend getting fake nails. If you have fake nails right now and you pick with them, because me personally, I picked for so many years. I picked, with fake nails, I picked with no nails, I picked with shirt nails. It would be hard whenever I would change it up, but I would always end up getting used to whatever I had. So I recommend right now, if you have shirt nails, I recommend getting fake nails, because even so, after, a few weeks, you might learn how to pick with fake nails, but at least it breaks up your routine for a few weeks. Same as if you have fake nails right now or long nails, cut them really short, or, and then it's harder to grab onto the skin. And like I said before, in a few weeks, you will be able to learn or get used to it and start to pick. But at least for that couple weeks, it breaks up your routine, and it will kind of help you and, just make it a little easier. The second thing is hydrate and wash your face. So it is so important to wash your face at night. I know that. I am guilty of not washing my face at night because, first of all, it took me for so many years, so long to do my makeup that I wouldn't want to, wash it off at night. I'd be like, oh God, this took me like over an hour to do, and now I'm supposed to wash it all off. So I don't want to wash it off at night. And I liked when the makeup kind of caked onto it and dried it out, because I was able to pick it more. So and it's like an OCD thing. My mind would always say, oh, I'll wash it in 5 minutes. Oh, I'll wash it in 10 minutes. Oh, I'll wash it, And it was like, no. Whenever your OCD tries to do that, just be like, you know what? No, I'm going to wash it right now, because it's the right thing to do. You're going to feel better after, and in the long run, it's going to benefit you. So make sure that you wash. So when you're home at night and you're not going to go anywhere and you're home, just make sure that you wash your face. And I recommend putting lotion on after, because it helps when your face is moisturized, because when it's dry, it's when it's really tempting to, even more tempting than it usually is to pick. So when your face is washed, so it's nice and clean, and then you put lotion on, so it's nice and moisturized, there's no dry spots that you're tempted to pick at. And even if you do get an urge to pick and you try to pick, the lotion makes it slippier, makes it slippy. So it's hard to, slippy. The lotion makes it slippier, so it's hard to even pick your skin, even if you wanted to. So I definitely recommend that. You can even, wash your face, put some lotion on, and I recommend putting some, maybe like Visine on. This one right here, this is the one I use. It's the triple antibiotic ointment plus pain relief. It's like a Vaseline, but it's all like, I've had it for so long, it's like worn off. But you can get it at like any drugstore. Put a little bit of that on, and maybe even I've used Band-Aids, when, if you have a lot of problem spots, wash your face, put lotion on, put some Vaseline on it, and then just cover it up with a Band-Aid. Then that way, even if your hand is drawn to your face and you don't even know it, because sometimes we do it and we're like, oh, I didn't even know I was like meant to pick my face. Then at least you have the Band-Aid. So that's definitely something to think about. I have definitely used Band-Aids in the past. Number 3 is get a feathered pillow. This is actually something that my psychiatrist recommended to me. He said a girl went to her and she had trichomania, which is hair pulling, and that she got a feathered pillow and she used to pull the feathers out of the pillow, but it's so kind of that, you know, hair pulling and skin picking is very similar. You know, it's either you're pulling out the hair or you're pulling off the skin. You know, it's different, but it's similar in the same way. So, you know, he recommend, you know, maybe see if that, it could do nothing for you or it could actually help. So, you know, get a feathered pillow, try to, you know, pull it out when you're watching TV and just, you know, slowly, like, see how it makes you feel. See if it helps. You know, it might not do anything, but it's something to, I mean, at least it's something to try, you know. Number 4 is get a stress ball or an activity. Keep your hands busy. So the stress ball didn't work for me. My OCD kept going. I was like, oh, I need to squeeze it harder. Or, oh, I need to squeeze it lighter. It made more anxiety than it did help. So the stress ball didn't work for me. But like I said, everyone is different. It may work for you. What did help is I ended up getting a coloring book. And I went to Barnes & Noble and I got like coloring books of like, it was like for adults, like it was like feathers and different flower pieces, and I ended up, you know, so when I was watching TV and usually my face would be drawn to usually my hands would be drawn to touching my face, instead of doing that, my hands were busy coloring. So it's just something to kind of just distract you, you know, throw your mind off a little bit, break the routine up. It's definitely something to think about. Sorry if I keep looking down, I have all these tips written down in my notebook. So number 5 is wear gloves. I've also done this, you know, wear gloves if you can't pick with gloves on. Even if your hand goes to your face, you won't be able to pick because you have gloves on. So, try wearing gloves. Number 6 is, this one is something I was debating on putting in there because it's something that, like, I've totally come up with by myself, but I remember doing a craft project and after I had dried glue on my hands and I remember picking it off and I remember feeling that it satisfied me in a way that skin picking did without damaging my skin. So I thought that was really interesting, so I kind of thought about that. So number 6 is put Elmer's glue on your hands and pick it off when it is dry. I know this might seem totally outrageous, but I definitely recommend, you know, if you can, just try it out. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't, maybe it's just totally crazy, who knows. But if you can just put a little bit of Elmer's glue on like the palm of your hands and like on your knuckles and just, you know, rub it together and let it dry. And then, you know, after, you know, about 10 minutes when it dries, kind of just pick it off. And this might be helpful in the first couple days when you're really having those urges, when, you know, a stress ball or coloring, it doesn't satisfy that urge. You really just want to pick something off. This, I mean, it doesn't do any, you're not picking off any skin. You're just picking off the glue. So it's not harmful for your skin at all. You know, of course you can't do this every single night. I mean, I'm sure, you know, but, you know, for the first week, you know, when you have those really strong urges, you know, why not? You know, just pick off the glue. And it sounds weird, but you'll be amazed on how actually satisfying it is, and it doesn't damage your skin. So number 7 is break up your routine. Like I said, you could try, you know, coloring, you know, wash your face, you know, do the glue thing, you know, everything that I mentioned you could try. But also when I started, so it was been almost a year, I stopped picking last April and of 2013, and now it is currently March of 2014. So when I stopped last year, I've been going to a psychiatrist, and whenever I would start picking, it was always like late at, I mean, it was in the morning too, but it was mostly like late at night when I knew I wasn't going to see anyone. You know, my parents were in bed, you know, all my friends, you know, were sleeping. I knew I wasn't going to go out, so I knew I wasn't going to see anyone. So that's when I really felt comfortable of, oh, I want to pick. And that's when I really let loose and started. I mean, it would be 11 o'clock at night, and then I would look at my clock, and I'm like, holy smokes, that's like, you know, 2 o'clock in the morning. And I would just go in this hypnotized trance state, and I wouldn't even realize it. So break up your routine. So what I talked to my therapist about is he recommended, and I definitely, any medications, anything like that, you have to go through a doctor, a therapist. Everything that I mentioned, I went through my doctor and therapist. I was very honest, very open, and everything that I mentioned I got prescribed to me. You have to do it responsibly. But with that said, my therapist prescribed me Ativan, which is kind of like a sleeping pill. So, was it Ativan? It was either, there's Ativan and then there's lorazepam. I think they're similar, but they're different. I'm pretty sure it was Ativan that he prescribed me though. And so around, 10:30, I would take one, and then I was like, I made a point. I'm like, no, I'm going to brush my teeth. I'm going to wash my face, put some lotion on. Even if my OCD is like, oh, don't do it, I'm going to do it. So I brushed my teeth, washed my face, put the lotion on, and I took the Ativan before I did all that, around 10:30. So by that time, around 11:15, when everyone was sleeping, and that was the time I would usually start skin picking, that was when I started getting drowsy and kind of sleepy and kind of like, I can just go to bed right now. So I ended up just sleeping and then just skipping all of, the skin picking and the urges and the feelings. So I definitely, I know that's not a long-term, you can't do that for a long time. But like I said, if that, the first few days and the first week is crucial and it's the hardest. So if you can do anything, to break up your routine and, talk to your doctor about it. And if he thinks it's a good idea, your therapist, then I definitely recommend doing that for a few days, just because it kind of, instead of, having the urges or having that yucky anxiety feeling, you kind of just get drowsy and you go to sleep. So, I don't recommend that more than, a week or a few days, but it's definitely something to talk to your doctor about and think about. Number 8 is Band-Aids with Neosporin. I talked about that earlier. Number 9 is cover your mirrors. So in my room, I have 2 large closet mirrors, and when my bed is like kind of across from it, so I would always, I could pick my face honestly for hours with no mirror, with a mirror. It was so bad that I just didn't care. But I do recommend covering up your mirrors. If you have a big temptation and you see yourself, cover it up. Put a blanket over it, put a sheet over it. Just make it less, noticeable, less there. Number 10, get rid of temptation. Okay, so I finally have eyebrow tweezers in my room. And it has been years since I have been able to say that. I've bought so many pairs, and I always, end up picking my face with them, and then I end up having a strong moment, I feel motivated, and I give them to my mom, and I'm like, don't give these back to me because I'm going to pick, and I've used, I've used tweezers, I've used tacks, I've used plastic business cards to try to get the skin up, I've used sides of paper, just things that are just out there that you would never think would even work. I've tried to use. So get rid of all that temptation. If you have tacks in your room, I had to get rid of all the tacks in my room. I had to get rid of all my eyebrow tweezers. I had to get rid of, the little plastic business cards that I used to flick up the skin with. I got rid of those, and I gave them to my mom, and I just, get rid of the temptation, because you're going through a hard enough time as it is. You don't need any added stress. And this is what I want to talk to you. Okay, so it is called, it's right here, let me get it. So it is called, my mom actually found this, and she did a lot of research on it, and this was last year when I was just really bad into it, and I tried so many different things and tried talking to, different people, and just nothing was really helping. So she went online and she was just reading about it, and the information that she was able to find, she kept seeing this NAC thing. And she was like, what is NAC? So I guess it helps with your impulses, and she's read nothing but good reviews on it, and she showed me them, and there's nothing but good reviews on it. A lot of people swear by it. It helps with like impulse control. It helps you, keep it together. And it's called NAC. I use the Swanson. You can get it online, but it looks like this. And there's different doses. You can take 1, you can take 2. I recommend taking probably about 3 a day. but you can look online. But anyways, I recommend look online for this. The Swanson NAC. And read about it, read the reviews, see if it's something that might interest you. I've been taking it every day for, you know, a year, and it's really been helping me. So, and it's like a natural thing. So you can get it, you know, online, and it's, you know, it won't harm you. So really, you know, look into it, read the reviews, and if you think it's right for you, I would definitely recommend looking into this. And of course, 13 is keep your environment neat. Whenever my room is like my sanctuary, I just love my room. I'm in it all the time. So whenever it's messy and chaotic is when I kind of stress out, and I tend to want to pick even more because I feel like I'm procrastinating. I'm like, oh, I should be cleaning my room. I should be doing this. But I don't want to do any of that. I just want to pick my face. So really try to keep your environment that you're in when you usually pick clean and neat, and definitely, you know, exercising. The more, you know, you feel good about yourself, the, you know, the endorphins and the serotonin gets released, and it just really helps with the overall how you feel and, you know, not wanting to pick. So yeah, so I have a few more tips, and I have some books that I actually want to recommend you guys that really helped me. But I just wanted to make this video because you guys have been so sweet. Everyone that has watched my video, commented, messaged me, emailed me, I read every single message, email, comment, every single one, and I try to reply to everyone, and I just appreciate it so much. And it's kind of bittersweet. It's like, it's such a good feeling to know that so many people are reaching out and supporting me, and, you know, thank you so much. It means more to me than you'll ever know. But at the same time, it's hard because I know so many of you are suffering, and that's what I thought when I made this video. I thought, you know, I think that this is such a kind of, sorry, my phone. This is such a kind of embarrassing, odd topic, but it affects you so much. And that's why I really wanted to just be open, and I knew that other people were going to be the same. And for you guys, I wanted to let you know that I love you. I'm thinking about you. Thank you so much for supporting me. I know you can do this, and I have lots of more videos on the way. And just stay strong. You're going to have your good days. You're going to have your bad days. You're going to have days where, you know, you're like motivated. You're like, I can do this. And the other days you're going to wake up and be like, I don't even want to get out of bed. This sucks, you know. But remember, your moods pass. So just because you feel, you know, like in a bad mood or discouraged, it doesn't mean you're going to feel like that all day. It will pass, and you will get into a better mood. And the more that you let it pass and accept it and don't give in to the urge, the easier it will get. But I will be making a lot more videos soon, and I just want to say good luck to everyone, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye!